Hi, Sadie. Sadie cat. Greetings, Tubia Toters and Tubia Maters. I'm coming to you from the kitchen of the hacienda. Little Sadie's here wanting some attention. I don't know why, because she's a cat. Shirley Jean's behind me. Hi, Shirley. Hey, Puss. No, this is Puss. I haven't been on YouTube in a while because I've been pretty much just enjoying watching y'all's videos. And when I get to watch y'all's videos, you're gonna fall on your fanny. If you get on that kitchen counter, you're a dead cat. Hey, Sadie. Okay, I won't. I hope you'll help me down. Here. Oh, you're such a weenie. She is a weenie. Sorry about that, boys and girls. Haven't been on here very much because, well, I got a whole bunch of gigabytes the first of the month, which are all gone now. And I got so enthralled at watching all y'all's videos that my videos, I kind of get ashamed of my videos. What little bit, ooh, the cat just smacked the dog in the butt. Get him, Oscar. Oscar can't hear you because he can't hear unless he wants to. It's like he's married. I get to watching y'all's videos and go, man, this is some neat stuff. And then if I ever get to watching mine, which I really don't, I'm going, boy, this is some stupid stuff. But I'll make this one and see what happens. At night, instead of sleeping, I put my head gently on my pillar, and well, I have to. If I don't do it gently, I wake the chicken up. But I lay there and I talk to y'all in my mind. In my tiny mind, I talk to y'all and I tell you stories and stuff. And one of the things that I can remember that I was talking to you about, Chloe Hare. She brushes her hair at the table instead of eating. I've got a physical coming up at the end of this month. And I think I've gained a lot of weight because my belly keeps getting bigger. And of course my muscles are shrinking down. And that makes everything else look bigger. Well, makes my belly look bigger anyway. And I'm kind of wanting it to go away. And I can say, yeah, it's my liver because it's expanded. I got an enlarged liver and some other junk in there, but most of it is fat, I'm thinking. And it's from good living and eating out here in the country all this good grub. So I got that belly on my mind, big old fat rolly belly, which I told somebody in the grocery store, I said it took me 57 years to get this big, and I'm proud of it. And, yeah, that's kind of half true. But I had that on my mind, and I kept thinking about people tells me to park in the handicap parking, but I don't because I still don't think I'm handicapped. I can't do a lot of things. That's for true. And when y'all are not watching me, I use a cane, and sometimes we've got an electric wheelchair in there, and braces and all this other junk that you use whenever you get my age and, you know, have all the accidents I've had. But anyway, I think it's really cool that the people, and I don't want anybody to get their feelings hurt, because I really think this is a neat thing. These people park in the handicap places or not, and they got this crane in the back of their pickup. And that rascal reaches around and grabs their wheelchair, zizzes it up, sets it down on the ground, and they scoot around there, get in their wheelchair, and go on shopping. I think that's a cool thing. And I'm gonna have one when I get, I've been in wheelchairs before, but when I get in it, you know, semi-permanently, I'm gonna have one. It's gonna be neat. But until then, aligned with my belly thing, I thought it'd be really neat. And it halfway makes me smile, and then it halfway makes me going, yeah, that's a good idea. Is have the thing in my truck right now. I could have one of them Rams, grab me my wheelbarrow, ease it over and set it down beside the truck. And my wheelbarrow would be custom made because I made it custom on myself, for myself, by myself. That's custom. And between the handles there, I was going to dip it out a little bit. And that way when it sat down there by my truck, I could scooter out there, put my belly in that little covered out place, grab the handles, and I'd go on into Walmart. And that would help. I could just pulley myself around in there, and I have a little extra room, not much, for groceries and stuff I could put in there. I think that'd be a good idea. It'd be, some people would think it's funny, other people would go, it may be an invention I could do. It will go over here in Arkansas, I bet. But anyway, that's one of the things I was thinking about and talking to y'all about in my mind. And boy, I've got a story about Shadow Lake. When we were all little tiny kids, my mama was, to say she was hi Oscar, to say she was overprotective would be a sham on overprotections. When I was a little bitty baby, she kept me in swaddling clothes wrapped so tight that my aunts just, here, let me see Stevie. And they would unwrap me, and then I would pop back out, you know, in normal size. But until then, I was wrapped so tight, and Mama thought that was doing good because she kept me good and warm and stuff. But boy, she's overprotective. God bless her. Thank you, Mama. Shadow Lake. This is an old dirt road going to a lake where you had to pay, I don't know, 50 cents for a carload. So we loaded everybody in cars. So here's my uncle in a 64, my Uncle Junior, Aunt Mervyn, and my cousin Mark Leroy. In front, they had a real nice, I think they were Oldsmobile people. They always had money. And they had a really shiny Oldsmobile. They're probably in the 60s, 64, 65, something like that. Theirs was new. They scootered out through there. We was hoping that they would pay for all of us, but no luck. Rich people stay rich because they don't spend their money. Then behind them, you'd see my Uncle Junior. No, that was Uncle Junior there. I'd see Uncle Gene in a 58 or a 57 or 58 Pontiac Chieftain. But anyway, the little two-door black, it was red and white, beautiful fins, had stainless steel chrome dripping off of it. Beautiful car. He was in there with his wife and grandson, and no, not grandson, my cousin Reggie and some other people. And they were next in line. Then his Uncle Arlie in the Buick, 55 Buick, holes in the side, you know, two-tone, I don't remember, it was green and white. And then Dad and us in probably either a 64 Galaxy or a 62 Galaxy. And Mom and Dad and little me, wrapped up in swaddling clothes about this big. I looked like a papoose. And we're going out to this Shadow Lake. And we finally get there. All it is kind of like an oxbow. You know what that is. It's just a mud hole. The water's this is in Illinois. They don't have clean water or clear water in Illinois. It's not even out of the tap or the faucet. But this is just a mud hole. And there's mud going in and there's mud coming out. And my Uncle Arlie, the one with the Buick, he had my Aunt Verby, had Arletta, the oldest cousin that I have, Arletta, Irene, probably had a couple of other cousins from my other uncles, Bunita, Juanita, and Eugene, which was my main cousin. We grew up together like brothers. And Mark Leroy too, when they lived close to us. And here we are, they all stopped and parked the cars, and all the kids break in run to the water. And I mean, they run and they kick dust up behind them and splash into that nasty brown water. And here I am, wadded up, and I think Aunt Verby or Aunt Mervyn tucked me. I'll take him over there to the picnic tables, and unwrapped me, probably like a yo-yo. And they found out that I had a thing wrapped around my waist. It was a rope. And Mama had me tethered where I wouldn't get in the water and wouldn't get drowned. So here I go running to the water, and I'm tethered, and I run to the end of the rope, and I can just almost reach the bank. Not even the water, I can almost reach the bank. Well, that's where I sat and watched them, but I didn't drown. The rest of them throwed water on me, and I thought that was pretty cool. But after a while, my Aunt Verby went down in there, and she got to dancing around in the water and stuff. And maybe an uncle or two got in the water, and all the kids were playing upstream. And all of a sudden, something floated by my aunt, and it was around with the girls upstream, and the boys, Mark and Eugene, were down around her. And they pointed it out. Look, Aunt Verby, a floater. And my aunt had favorites, and still does have favorites. She loved her firstborn, which is Arletta. So anything Arletta did, wrong or right, she took it out on Irene, the next born. Or Eugene, which is the next born. And although it was Arletta that downed her shorts in the water and had to go, it was Irene that got the beating. She dragged Irene out of that water by the hair of her head and commenced a whooping and whapping and whooping and whapping, and by the time they both got done, they were so muddy we couldn't tell which one was Aunt Verby and which one was Irene. They were just covered in that nasty mud. And of course all the rest of them knew that it was Arletta. She kind of hid upstream and stuff. She got away with it, but poor Irene, she got the whooping for it. And of course that would make everybody else get out of the water, right? Nah. Excuse me. So that was a big deal. I got to see that happen at the end of my tether. I don't know how old I was, 8 or 9 or 20, something like that. But I was in that papoose wrapping one time when we was in Dad's old 51 Ford. I was waiting on a train. Of course, this was in Silvis, where the Rock Island Lines had their shops and stuff. Back before Dad ever started working there and eventually bankrupted. And we was sitting in line about 5 cars back, and this train was going probably 100,000 cars or something. And I was wrapped up in swaddling clothes in Mom's arms, and Mom was trying to roll her a Prince Albert cigarette with her other hand. And she just got it rolled up and lit it. And all of a sudden we got hit in the rear end by a car that didn't see the stoplights, didn't see her taillights or something. Taillights was working on the old Ford. And wham, it hit us, and we run up on the back of a brand new car. I don't remember what it was. We run up on the back of a brand new car in a 51 Ford, and then we gently rolled back off of it. And of course, we pushed that other car into another car, and that car went into another car. It was like a 10-car pileup. Shut up, Oscar. And Mom's Prince Albert went, "Woo!" But she held on to me, and I didn't get crushed against the dash when she got thrown forward. And out of that whole line of cars, the oldest car there, the 51, this was probably back in, probably in 67, maybe? Yeah, 67. And the only car there, which was about 30 years old then, started, the old flathead fired up, and we got out of line, and we went, after everybody got our statement, we went home. It pushed in the trunk of the old Ford, and it bent it had bumper cars on the back, and it bent them this way, so Dad bent them back. It was just loose on the bolts, I guess, so he just pulled them back like that, and then knocked the dent out of the turtle hull, and it didn't hurt the front when it mashed that whole other car in. But, you know, we put it on home, and that's the same car we drove to Arkansas probably next week. Yeah, your mama. What? So I think that's enough stories for right now. If I get to doing something, I'll film that too. How about that? That way you got your daily dose of nitwit. Shut up, Oscar. He can't hear you. Oh. Snip, 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 Oscar. Really? Really? No. He don't care. He knows I won't hurt him. Okay, I love y'all. Y'all take care of each other. And it's going to be a wild weekend, so y'all have fun. Or gather up whatever you need to have fun. And that's about all I know. Okay, bye-bye. Let's see here. There's the button.